Scoopster is live. Get ready for a rapid-fire news blast. First up, the interim government's development program is lagging, with only 2.39% implemented. This is a serious slowdown, and we've got the details on why it's happening and what it means for the nation's progress. You're going to want to hear this. Then, Bangladesh Bank is making record dollar purchases, buying a staggering $353 million in a single day. We're diving deep into why the central bank is intervening so heavily and what this means for the stability of the US dollar against the taka. Is the market stabilizing, or is this a sign of deeper issues? We've got the stock market making a comeback after a dip. After a few tough days, investors are showing renewed confidence. We'll break down the key sectors driving this rebound and whether this upward trend is here to stay. Is it time to get back into the market? And finally, a major rebranding proposal for the Bangladesh Bureau of Statistics. Get ready for Statistics Bangladesh, or StatBD. We're talking about a complete overhaul aimed at boosting trust and transparency. What changes are coming and who's behind this ambitious plan? Stick around, because you don't want to miss these crucial updates. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Development program hits a snag. Just 2.39% of the interim government's annual development program is off the ground in the first 2 months of the fiscal year 2025-26. This figure is actually a step backward from the same period last year, despite a budget designed to be more streamlined. The Implementation Monitoring and Evaluation Division reports that only TK 5,714.83 crore has been spent from the development budget. A stark contrast to the TK 7,143.08 crore spent in the same timeframe last year, which saw a 2.57% implementation rate. The national budget for FY26 had allocated a substantial TK 238,696.64 crore for the ADP. Digging deeper, August 2025 saw an implementation rate of 1.71%, or TK 4,070.18 crore. A slight improvement from August 2024's 1.52%, or TK 4,220.73 crore. However, this positive August trend was overshadowed by a particularly weak July, where only TK 1,644.66 crore was spent, a mere 0.69% of the allocation, compared to TK 2,922.36 crore in July 2024. Even planning advisor Wahiduddin Mahmud has expressed significant disappointment, calling the low implementation rate not a good sign, and emphasizing that last year's excuses are no longer acceptable. Don't go anywhere, because the central bank is making massive dollar purchases next. Keep watching as we break down Bangladesh Bank's record-breaking intervention in the foreign exchange market. Bangladesh Bank's record dollar buy. In a move to staunch the fall of the US dollar against the taka, Bangladesh Bank made a record-breaking purchase of $353 million from banks on Monday. This is the highest single-day purchase ever, signaling a significant intervention to stabilize the foreign exchange market. Officials confirmed that these dollars were acquired from 26 banks at a rate of TK 121.75. This injection of dollars is intended to bolster the country's foreign exchange reserves, which have been under pressure. Since July 1st alone, BB has purchased approximately $1.74 billion to manage the dollar's decline. This intervention has helped keep the dollar rate around TK 122, preventing a further drop from the TK 119.5 recorded on July 12th. It's a turnaround from the previous 3 years, where BB sold over $25 billion to cover import bills, depleting reserves to $18 billion. Now, with reserves rebounding since March and the taka's decline slowing, the central bank is actively buying dollars. Bankers note that increased inflows from remittances and exports, coupled with fewer import letters of credit being opened, have boosted dollar supply and reduced market demand. This strategic purchase aims to ensure a steady supply of the greenback, as a weaker dollar could negatively impact remittances and exports. Will the stock market continue its upward climb? Stay tuned as we analyze the latest movements on the stock exchange and what's driving investor confidence back into the market. Stock market stages a comeback. After a brief correction, the stock market is showing signs of life, with investors returning to the bourses on Monday, fueled by positive expectations and favorable macroeconomic developments. The Dhaka Stock Exchange's broad index, the DSEX, gained 6.4 points, closing at 5,475. This turnaround comes after several days of selling pressure and a cautious, wait-and-see approach from investors. Market turnover saw a slight dip of 3.6%, settling at TK 7.1 billion. On the sectoral front, the pharma sector led the pack in turnover, followed by banking and engineering. While most sectors experienced mixed returns, services, banking, and cement sectors showed slight positive momentum, with paper, jute, and financial institutions seeing the most declines. Out of 397 traded issues, 113 advanced, 195 declined, and 89 remained unchanged. The Chittagong Stock Exchange also mirrored this positive trend, with its indices settling in the green. This rebound suggests a renewed sense of optimism among investors, potentially signaling a more stable period ahead. Get ready for a massive overhaul of Bangladesh's statistics agency. We're diving into a bold proposal to rebrand the Bangladesh Bureau of Statistics and what it means for national data. BBS set for a major makeover. An independent task force has put forth a groundbreaking recommendation to transform the Bangladesh Bureau of Statistics, BBS, into a modern, trusted national statistical organization and rename it Statistics Bangladesh, or StatBD. Chaired by Hossein Ziller Rahman, the task force submitted its report, proposing significant reforms to enhance independence and professionalism. A key recommendation is elevating the head of StatBD to the rank of chief statistician, a special scale post. To ensure institutional oversight, they've proposed the creation of a Trust and Transparency Council of Statistics, chaired by the planning advisor. This body will review performance and oversee the chief statistician's selection. The task force also advocates for amendments to the Statistics Act 2013 to guarantee StatBD's autonomy in technical matters, shielding official statistics from political interference. Structural weaknesses and staffing shortages are to be addressed by expanding the agency's wings and creating hundreds of new UPAZILA-level posts. Crucially, the report calls for budgetary independence with dedicated funding and an immediate TK 50 crore allocation. To rebuild public confidence, StatBD would implement an open data policy, ensuring pre-announced release calendars and simultaneous access for all users. This transformation is framed not just as an institutional reform, but as a vital trust-building exercise for the nation's data ecosystem, essential for effective policymaking and public accountability. That's all for today's top stories. But before you go, we've got a quick recap and your chance to connect with us. And that's a wrap on today's Scoopster updates. We saw the interim government's development program implementation lag significantly. Bangladesh Bank made record-breaking dollar purchases to stabilize the market. The stock market staged a strong comeback, driven by renewed investor confidence. And the Bangladesh Bureau of Statistics is poised for a major rebranding as StatBD. Loved this update? Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Scoopster for more breaking news and analysis, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and follow us on all social media platforms for behind-the-scenes content and more. See you next time.